Did you know that tens of millions of years ago, dinosaurs drank the same water you drink today? Fresh water is a limited resource that is necessary for all life on Earth. Plants and animals need to take in nutrients dissolved in water to survive. The molecular structure of water is 2 hydrogen atoms plus 1 oxygen atom, represented as H2O. Each water droplet contains billions and billions of water molecules. The water cycle describes the way water moves through the Earth's crust, atmosphere, and oceans. The sun's heat causes liquid water to evaporate from lakes, rivers, and the ocean as a gas, water vapour. As water vapour rises, it cools and condenses back into liquid water droplets that form clouds. These droplets collide, getting bigger and bigger, and the water eventually falls to the ground as liquid rain or solid snow or hail. Water collects underground as aquifers. It fills the spaces between grains in rock layers, sand, and gravel. Groundwater slowly builds up until it intersects the land surface and flows out to become lakes, rivers, and oceans, providing a source of water even after the rain has stopped. Groundwater can also be absorbed by the roots of plants. Water travels up through the plant to its leaves where it evaporates and turns into water vapour in a process known as transpiration. Water also plays an important part in the physical and chemical weathering or breaking down of rocks. It also transports and deposits weathered rock, helping to cement the sediments to form sedimentary rock. In volcanic eruptions, water is unlocked from the crystal structure of rocks and re-enters the atmosphere as steam. And so the water cycle begins again. Water contains trace amounts of chemicals that are like a fingerprint, giving clues to its origin and history. By looking at the differences in elements like oxygen, geologists can work out how old water is, how long it's been in this form on Earth, and where it came from. All this information helps us to manage this incredibly precious resource that has been cycled and recycled through the Earth and its atmosphere for billions of years.
70% of the Earth's surface is covered in water in 3 different forms: solid ice, liquid water, and water vapor or gas. Solid ice is a low-energy form of water. The molecules move slowly, locked in a crystalline structure, forming ice. Liquid water has a higher level of energy, where the water molecules are able to flow freely. And water vapor is the most energized form of water. Molecules are able to fly up, away from the water, and evaporate in what's known as the water cycle. Water collects and gains energy. As it gains energy, the molecules move quicker and rise into the atmosphere, where they cool and condense to form clouds, which drop precipitation back to Earth that runs off and collects once more. It's called the water cycle. And the energy source for the water cycle? The sun. We can recreate the water cycle using a heating element for an energy source and a boiling flask filled with water. We'll use ice to represent the cool upper atmospheric temperatures. As the water gains heat, the molecules move quickly. The water boils and liquid water changes to water vapor. The water vapor fills the flask and rises. You can see it cooling and condensing along the walls of the flask. As the vapor rises and cools, more droplets form, and the water vapor escapes the boiling flask. It eventually comes into contact with the ice, and the water vapor cools, condenses, forms droplets which run off and precipitate back into the flask. The water cycle has stages. Collection stage is where water collects either on the surface or below ground. The evaporation stage is where water evaporates, changing from liquid back into gas. Condensation, water changes from a gas back into liquid droplets. And in precipitation, water returns to the Earth's surface to run off and collect once more.